Hey Math Aces! Welcome to Mr. Ace Math. In this lesson, we're going to talk about subtracting integers. In the description, you'll find the video breakdown. Feel free to click on the timestamps for wherever you want to go. The first thing we'll do is talk about KCC. It's the strategy we use for subtracting integers. Then, we'll go over examples 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by the pause and practice. These are questions for you to try on your own to make sure you learned all about subtracting integers. After that, you can check to see if your answers are correct, followed by the reflection. And that's where we go over everything we learned from this lesson. Now, in order to be successful in this lesson, you need to make sure you know what integers are, you need to be comfortable with how to add integers, and you need to be comfortable with basic subtraction. So make sure you know those, and let's get started. Now, like we mentioned in the video breakdown, there are 3 letters that are a really good strategy for subtracting integers. And those letters are K, C, C. The first letter K stands for keep. The second letter C stands for change. And the third letter C also stands for change. Let's go back to K for keep. What are we keeping? Well, we keep the first number in the subtraction sentence the same. We don't change it at all. This change talks about the operation. We're going to change the subtraction into addition. And the final change is changing the second number in the subtraction sentence to its opposite. Let's go over our first example. Here we have 15 minus negative 10. So what I like to do is make a KCC table around my expression, making sure that that middle C only contains a subtraction symbol. So it'll look like this. So my first value is in the K, the subtraction symbol is in C, and the second value is in the second C. So now let's apply KCC. The K stands for keep. So we're going to keep the first number exactly the same, which means that in this box, I'll just keep positive 15. This C stands for change. So we're going to change subtraction into its opposite operation, which is addition. So in this box, I'll put the plus sign. And finally, this second C stands for change. And we're going to change the second number to its opposite. So if this is negative 10, the opposite of negative 10 is positive 10. So now we're going to focus on this expression written in green. What's 15 plus 10? Well, that's 25, which is our final answer. Here's our next example. Because we're subtracting integers, we can use a KCC chart. This K stands for keep, so this negative 20 will keep exactly the same. This C stands for change, and remember that we're changing subtraction into addition. So I'll put a plus sign in here. And finally, we'll change this second value to its opposite. Since this is negative 13, the opposite of negative 13 is positive 13. Now this is a little bit tricky because we have different signs, but because it's an addition question now, we can think logically about the numbers. Here's what I mean. If we have negative 20, that's like saying that we owe somebody $20. And if we have positive 13, it means we have $13. So we owe someone $20, we have $13. Can we pay back all 20 of the dollars that we owe? No, because we only have 13. So after we use the 13 to pay back what we can, we still end up owing how much? Well, that's 7. And since we still owe that 7, the answer is -7. Here's our next example. -27 minus 22. Because we're subtracting integers, we can use KCC. Again, when you're using KCC, make sure only the subtraction operation is under that first C. Now, K stands for keep, so -27 will keep exactly the same. This first C stands for change, so I'll change subtraction into addition. And this C also stands for change, so we're going to change this positive 22 in the box to its opposite, which is -22. Now that we have it as an addition question, we can think about it logically with money. If we owed someone $27 and we owe somebody $22, it makes sense that we would put these together, because now we owe all of this. And what would that be? Well, that would be -49. Here's our next example. 13 minus -30. Because we're subtracting integers, I'll start with KCC. The K stands for keep, so we'll keep this 13 exactly the same. This C stands for change, so we're going to change subtraction into addition. And this C also stands for change, but here we're changing the value to its opposite. Since this is -30, the opposite of -30 is +30. And what's 13 plus 30? Well, that's 43. So here's your pause and practice. Just pause and practice. Hit the pause button on the video and then try these problems on your own. Once you're all done and you think your answers are right, hit the play button to see if you're correct. Ready, set, go. So let's take a look at our answers. Number 1 is 62. Number 2 is -12. Number 3 is 4. Number 4 is 342. Number 5 is -3. Number 6 is -60. Number 7 is -16. Number 8 is 19. Number 9 is -21. And number 10 is 36. So let's reflect on what we've learned today. When subtracting integers, the method used is KCC. When using KCC, the K means to keep the first integer exactly the same. The first C means to change subtraction to addition. And the second C means to change the second number to its opposite.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Questions? Comments? Leave them down below.
And thanks for using Mr. Ace Math. Don't just pass math, ace it.